Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Allah. And we got royalty in the building. We got magic in the building. You understand? We got a woman of God in the building. We got that Trinity gal in the building up in here representing with this mastermind of motivation, of inspiration, of elevation, of
What?
meditation and concentration and contemplation up in here. You understand? We got the
That's
author of
what's up.
Stop in the building. So let's welcome this mastermind, this legacy woman, this Empress in the building. Sister Empress, welcome to the show. What's going on? Wagwan.
What's good? How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I like that Trini accent. You did very good.
I
Sound like
tried.
a
I
Trini.
tried.
You did very good.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. The weather on the other end, I'm good. I'm good. It just started raining, so now it's cold and it gets dark too early. That's my only problem. It gets dark and then you just want to be in the house. But I'm blessed. I'm up. I'm alive. No complaints.
Word, word. So, how have you had to kind of pivot and shift throughout this time with the COVID, with the chaos, with the, all of the stuff that's going on? How adaptable have you had to been during this time?
I must say, it never bothered me because I love being home.
Mm,
I don't like going outside. I'm a homebody. I'm always in the house anyway, so it don't bother me. Like I go outside when I have to, but it doesn't. I like being home, so and if it's for safety, I'm good. It never bothered me. It's not gonna bother me. I guess we're on the second wave, but I like being home anyway.
so
What about you?
you being wavy on the second wave? That's what's up.
Funny. No, I'm just really staying home because I know the second wave is going to be worse. So they say.
Mm,
I don't know how you can tell the unknown, but how can you prepare for the unknown? But okay. But I'm just going to take it more cautious and just stay at home, watch my little surroundings,
right,
6 feet, social distancing.
right. 2020 for me been the truth. Okay, like the
Really.
not the TRUTH, the TRUF truth, like the
Mm,
truth. You
I know
understand
that's
what
right.
I'm saying? I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I've been in the space of gratitude. Gratitude been my attitude all through 2020. So in the midst of everything else that been going on, I ain't gonna let nothing be a hindrance. You understand? So I'm praising. I'm good. I know our creator and our ancestors got is in charge for real, for real. It's not for fake. It ain't some colloquial to just throw around to seem sanctified or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like it this year been the truth. You see what I'm saying? So the falsehood ain't have no space in no room. So I'm good. In the space of celebration. I just told my sister yesterday I said I've been celebrating more in 2020 than I did, I think, most of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Empress
for
here,
2020, you can't take it for granted. After what happened this year,
for
you can't
real.
take nothing for granted.
Yeah. Empress here. You see what I'm saying? It's another reason to celebrate. Like, what you celebrating today? Empress. You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
I'm like, yeah.
That's
Okay.
toast.
Boom.
Yep.
So, out of everything that you could have done with your life, what was it about what you do that kind of got you started? Like, what's your genesis? You know what I'm saying? How did you get into this?
How I got into this, my I don't want to say entire life because my life is not over, but for the majority of my life has been nothing but abuse and domestic violence.
Mm,
And um, my book, Who Feels It Knows It, is my first book, and it's basically people always trying to tell you what they don't know. So I'm the one that knows it. So I'm the one that feels it. So that's why I
right.
wrote that book. And my second book stopped. which is one of the best sellers I have. Um, it's because my son saw me in an abusive relationship, and he was young. And the first thing he said, "Stop hurting my mommy." And I can never forget that. So that's where that name "Stop" came from. And I always say, when I'm out of this situation, I'm going to travel the world and I'm going to teach men and women how I was in it and how I'm able to get out and stay out. So that was my goal. That's my biggest thing. I haven't done anything for 2020 because of COVID. But when the smoke clears, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm still going to be touching down in jails and prisons and shelters and speaking to men and women about domestic violence, abuse, just everything. So that was my favorite part of it, of what I do. That's one of my favorite part of what I do.
What's the other part? If you could tell us. If you can't tell us, it's all good.
So the other part
None
is
of
the other part is the thing. What I was doing was I was in situations while I'm trying to teach women how to get out. And my
Mhm.
son, again, his words were, "Mommy, you traveling and telling people about their worth and you don't even know your own worth." And that was it. So now my clothing line is called Know Your Worth. So now I rock
Mm.
it. So when I walk outside Walgreens and everybody's like, "What's that?" I'm letting them know you have to know your worth. You have to know that you're better than what you're settling for. You you have to know this is not what God planned for you. So that was my best part. So now I put it all together, and that's what it is. My book and my Know Your Worth, and it's a movement, and it's called Stop Movements. So that's the best part of it.
That's what I'm talking about. So what do we need to know? Like the onlooker, like the people that might have seen you go through it and thought that they could help your way, or they could throw some money your way, or they could kidnap you and take you out that situation, or what do we need to know? What do the background people need to know about these situations? Because they don't often end in leaving. They often leave in other type of situations. You see what I'm saying?
What people in these situations need to know, it's not easy to leave.
Mm,
Walking away, although it's safer for us as the victims, is more dangerous because now the abusers, they lose that power. Like they can't control us anymore. So I gotta like watch what I say because the situation I'm in right now, something happened 4 years ago. I walked away. He left Columbus, Ohio to come to Boston to kill me. It didn't work. He ended up doing like whatever, something to 25 years. He just got out in October, and his first mission was to come back right here and kill me. That's what happened Friday.
mm,
So it's like when I went to court, the judge is like, "Wasn't you just here?" And it just hit me like I'm usually on this side fighting for women, but now I'm on this side fighting for myself.
right.
And it can happen to anybody. It can happen. And I don't want to be rude and says like people keep saying it's mental illness. It's not that. Mental illness is mental illness. When you want somebody dead, you just want them dead. And
Right.
clearly with me and this guy, when the money ran out, the love ran out. So he wasn't getting what he was supposed to be getting. I had to walk away. I had to know my worth. And he decided he wanted to kill me. So I'm like, really? Today makes it 1 week. And I'm still like shocked. Like, are you kidding me? Like, really? But people have to know it's not what they see me on Instagram smiling, and it's not easy. Trust me, you don't want to date. You don't want to be in a relationship because you don't know these men hidden agendas, and I don't want to start something and trigger warnings. So I just like to stay by myself and keep writing and just be humble, observe, and know my worth.
Mm. So What could you say, are some of the key signs that people need to be aware of?
Like there's a lot. For me, isolation, because everybody knows I have no family. So that's one thing. I have no family. All I have is a son. So with these guys, they want to move me down to Ohio, or they want to move me down to Connecticut where they can have me, where they can control me, where they can do what they want. Where am I going to go? I'm just there. The phone, it's like who you're talking to. They need to know what you're doing, where you at. You got to like look for those signs. I had this one guy that was calling me every night and he sings to me. People may think that was cute. It's not cute. He's just trying to keep me on the phone. And the moment I click over or I say, hold on, by the time I come back, who is that? It's like they just want to control you. They want to do what they want to do with you. They isolate you from your friends, your family. They're calling your job. There's so many red flags. And when you're in it, you don't see it. When you're out of it, then it's like, oh my gosh, really? And it's like, I'm not dogging anyone, but like now I'm realizing a situation with my ex where when you look at his house, it's always somebody bought this for him, somebody gave this to him. So his whole thing was just using women, and I was just one of them. That's it. So it's so many signs, and yeah, I love you. They meet you in 1 week and they want to marry you. Come on. No. You just have to know. You gotta like the same when I tell women now, like I just spoke at this female prison, I think last Tuesday, and I was telling them, we as women, we take out insurance on our car, on our phone. We ask all these questions on our house, the car. But when it comes to our life, we don't question nothing. We don't sit down and be like, listen, we don't set boundaries. We just meet, smile, listen, legs open. It's too late now. So you got to set boundaries. You have to know, you got to have that talk. This is what I accept. This is what I don't accept. For me, hate to be rude, a man needs to have a job because I'm tired of taking care of grown men. It's just not me. I can't keep doing it. Every guy I meet, they broke. They convicted felons. I'm like, why me? And someone says that God gave me a healing spirit. I'm not a mechanic. I can't keep fixing these. I cannot do it. It's just not me. Sorry. I'm not being rude, but I know what I deserve. So you're just over there bobbing your head.
I had it muted because I bust out laughing when you said that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I know it's not funny. It's just real, and you're supposed to have
Mhm.
expectations and standards. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you're not supposed to be
Right.
demonized for that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we live in a society with a bunch of vultures. You know what I'm saying? Who would demonize you and look at you like you're crazy. They'd be like, "Oh, she's just looking for a man with money." Or, you're supposed to be a man with money if you're looking for a
Right.
woman. Like, that's
Right.
how it works. It's natural. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a situation of dependency. It's stability. It's security.
Mhm.
These are things that are required. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
like what you don't got no business nowhere without having some business somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's there. So it's a lot of that goes along with it. And you touched on something very poignant when you said, you know, after the first week, I love you. These types of things. Like, these are things in a situation where you might think like, oh man, like he really cares about me, or oh yeah, or he's really sensitive to my needs, or he be paying attention to me, blah blah blah. All these things that you long for, and then they come to you, but they come to you with a price. You see what I'm
Mhm. Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
the obsessive,
Mm.
controlling, domineering, like all of
Right.
those things that come along with it. So, you know, how do you get, a sister or a brother? Because brothers get abused also. You see what I'm saying? I don't know so much physically, but I know emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, that there are things that are there that are markers. How do you get one out of that mind frame to say, well, I'm in this for the long haul, or I love hard, all of that, all of that stuff that would justify a continuous cycle of abuse. It's abuse on one side and addiction on another. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Mhm.
in from inheriting transgenerational trauma, our ancestors were abused here. Like this is a constant reminder of an abuse cycle and an
Right.
addiction cycle. So it's like abuse, reward, abuse. Abuse, apology, abuse. You understand? So like it's like a tirade and a cycle repetitive from one generation to the next, and it goes unresolved, 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 unresolved. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you know how do you find that fine line or that breaking point to have that, to see like, okay, this is toxic, this is whatever, blah blah blah. How do you have that conversation?
I always say, sorry. Yeah, I always say, open your eyes, close your legs, pay attention, be alert. Men do get abused, women do get abused financially, emotionally, sexually, physically, mentally, verbally, spiritually. It happens. But you have to know, like, the signs are there. Sometimes we overlook the signs. Sometimes we overlook the signs. And it's like with my ex, soon as I got with him, he started talking about the water bill. Like, okay, what does that mean? Here I go. I got to pay the water bill. I had nothing to do with the water bill. In July, he's in love with me. We've been together for like 3 months. He's in love. He want to take out a life insurance policy. In August, he set me up to get robbed and killed. So in July, you're gonna think, yeah, he loves me. He really wants to make sure I'm okay, not knowing he already have his own thing set up. So
Mm,
you have to question everything. Stop smiling and stop thinking everything is okay. And stop, you have to just be alert. You have to know what you're doing. Yeah, sorry. You have to be alert, know what you're doing, know what you're getting yourself into. I think with me, it's different because I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. So no man can come and tell me nothing to lay me down. You can't. You got to come correct. You got to have a job. You got to have morals. You have to have goals. Like they said, a grown man laying in your bed and not paying bills, uh-uh. For what? You know what I'm saying? So men should know that as well. I know a lot of men. I speak to men as well in these male facilities. They say the same thing, how women abuse them and how they hold the child over them. Okay.
mm,
Or in order to see your child, you have to have no, you
right.
don't. You only thing is like they keep going back and they keep going back just for that child. But
Mm,
men has to know their worth as well. Like you deserve better. We all deserve better. Ain't nobody different than the next person. You just have to know. Like, I mean, sometimes when these men say it, I laugh, I chuckle, but I'm like, this is real. They're not joking. Like, I never know a woman can be so vicious. I'm like, whoa, like all I can do is talk to them and just direct them in certain groups, male groups, and just let them be around other people who's experienced it and went through it and how they can come out of it. And don't fall for the same thing again.
mm. So from one book to the next book, what was kind of like your mind frame? I know I showed you that book. You was like, ew, no, like no, no, I don't want to see that book. You understand what I'm saying? So where were you writing that book versus where you were with your latest book?
So who feels it knows it was just like everything I've been through, like domestic violence, sexual abuse, not having a relationship with my mother. I was abandoned. It happened again. And I was explaining to this guy why I left him. And then my son, I was all over here. I was all over. You go downstairs for me. Um, this right here, it took the cake. It stopped and it's just stopped. It stops right here. The abuse. the bullshit. Everything stops right here. And the next book is called Don't Get Loved to Death. I love that book because so many of us, here, talk. So many of us stay in relationships like I'm telling you to get out and I'm telling you to come out and I'm telling you, and you're telling me for better or worse, or that left life and death. And I'm telling you to come out. And I just keep going to all these different funerals. So that's why Don't Get Loved to Death. It's just stories about I was this close. It could have been me. But then the flip side, my new book is called Love After Abuse, because there's always love after abuse. Not all men are the same. Take your time. You're going to meet somebody eventually. My last book is called From Bitter and Broken to Beautiful and Blessed, where I came from to where I am now. So I got 3 books in the making. I'm really working. 2020 really got me working. Yeah.
Right.
You talk to her?
And these are all lives that people are looking to transition into or transition in, from. So
Yeah.
these are lives, these are workshops, these are seminars. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
so these are things that you could do physically. These are things that you could do virtually as well. So, you know, consider them. Don't let the opportunity pass you by based off of, okay, I can't physically be there. You can
Mhm.
virtually be in these places. You can virtually have these groups. They got Zoom. They got all this other stuff. Go to
Right.
meeting. All these other things. To kind of get that engagement personally. Even though you can't be there in person. You see what I'm saying? You can still look at somebody. You can still look at a brother and sister, and empower them, inspire them. You see what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
especially with every stage, like going into that demographic that's there. You see what I'm saying? So wherever they are, you have something for them at every level. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? With those,
Exactly.
so with those books and speaking, all of those things all together. So I just wanted
Mhm.
to remind you, like you need reminder, but I just reminded you.
I do need a reminder sometimes. You just never know.
Yeah. So now, motivational speaking, how did you get into that field?
I think it was so I'm from Trinidad, born in Trinidad, but like it was just the speaking thing when you're trying to talk and people trying to overtalk you, you
Hmm.
can't get nothing done. So it was just one day like I was like right around the corner. No, I was actually in Barbados. I had a speaking engagement in Barbados. I had to read like a poem. And I was mad that I came all this way to this beautiful country to read one poem. And then like the evening, I just did what I had to do. And it just went on from there. And I couldn't believe over 1,000 strangers gravitated to me. And I was like, what? I didn't think I can speak. I don't like to talk. I don't like my teeth. I don't like my face. I'm too skinny. It's just always, I just don't want to do it. And now look, it's like, wait a minute, I'm getting booked here and there. And then when I was in Barbados, I live here and I got booked right there. So I live in Boston. No one knows me in Boston. No one supports me in Boston. I went to another country. And that's how they heard about me. So when I came back to Boston, I was able to just travel and just I did Trinidad, Barbados, New York. I just love it. 2020 just shut me down, but 2021 you're gonna see me because yeah, and there's a lot more need to be said because in America we have the opportunities, we have the shelters, we have the resources. Trinidad, kill or get killed. Real talk. Because you can't bring a restraining order to a gunfight. When he say he gonna kill you, he gonna kill you. He don't care about no damn piece of paper. Trust me. So all of my abusers said the same thing. And when that judge looked at me Friday and was like, "Wasn't you just here?" I knew I had to get it together. Like, but it wasn't even my fault. But it's just You just got to be on guard. You just never know. When they say they want you dead, they want you dead. Because if they can't have you, they don't want nobody else to have you. They don't want to see you succeed. But I'm going to succeed. Trust me. I'm going to make it. You watch and see. You're going to hear about me. He's like,
Real. That's real.
I know. I know.
So where can people get your book from?
So I pull the rest of them down from Amazon. So Stop is available on barnesandnobles.com, amazon.com, target.com, booksamillion.com. Just type in Stop by Colleen Williams and they'll show you where it's available. And yours is going to come in the mail. Well,
That's all I'm thinking about.
when I leave the house, I'll send you a copy, an autograph copy.
Autograph.
Uh-oh, look at you. Look at you. You're special. Yeah.
Feeling that. That's how I'm feeling that exclusive. Okay, you know what I'm
You
saying?
got that coming.
So I can pop my no collar on it. No collar and pop
Oh
in
my
it.
God. You're too much. You're a comedian.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, what about like a docu-series or something like that? What about that? Like, did you think about that? Like a documentary or a web series or something like that? Something, chronicling your story or your work or some of the people you're working with.
I do everything myself. I don't have a team. I don't have support. I'm very proud to say that. I'm being honest. No one supports me. I tell my son that all the time. They don't. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't care because I'm a firm believer in God. And when God says it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. So when God is lifting me higher, I'm going by myself. I don't have sometimes I want a team. I want a publicist, but I'm my own team. I'm my own publicist. I do my own hoodies, my own t-shirts. I write my own book. I do what I got to do because it's my goal. It's my dream. And nobody's going to want it for you but you. So I don't want to do what other people are doing. I just want to be me. I don't want to do a documentary because everybody talks about domestic violence. I just want to be me. This is like the only 2 interviews I've done recently because I just shut down social media so I can focus on me because I was giving myself to everybody to help them. To help them, to build them. But then when I needed them, they're busy or they got this to do, So I'm like, you know what? Let me just take 2020 and focus on me. So I don't know what God has planned for me next year, but that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to do a documentary. I wanted to do a play, but when you have no support, I wrote it already. But again, maybe God might send me that person to sit down and do that play and we can just take it from there. Did she text? Go. Don't have any kids, please. I'm begging you.
Too late.
Just don't have any.
Too late.
When you tell them between the hours of 5 and 6, do not bother me, and that's when they need to bother you.
Yes.
I give up.
That's a blessing right there.
For me. Just keep me in your prayers.
I definitely will. I definitely will. And you got some support out here. You understand? Like the support will grow. It's just people got to qualify themselves. It go past the lip service. You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to do something.
Right.
We come from show and prove, and God is the best knower and best shower and shower and prover. You understand what I'm saying? So it's gonna be revealed to you. You see what I'm saying? And how you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to move. You just gotta recognize the signs when like you've been doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
I did an interview last Wednesday, and Thursday my Instagram was like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." I didn't mean to be rude, but why are you proud of me when you never supported me? You never bought a book. You never bought a hoodie. Like, One thing I don't like is fake people. If you're gonna be with me, you're with me. Don't be proud of me after I make it. Like
Mm,
Will Smith says, if you wasn't there with me when I was struggling, don't be there with me through my success.
mm,
So it's like, what are you proud of me for? You don't even know what I'm going through. Nobody knows what I'm going through. Nobody has a clue. I just talk in codes.
right.
So, well, you know what just happened Friday. You knew I have a, but the people who's supposed to know, don't know. So it is what it is.
You winning out here.
What?
Man, you out here winning. You winning out here.
Yeah.
I
Thank
see
you.
you. I see you. I'm proud. I'm proud. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
know
see
you are. I know
you out
you are. Trust me.
here celebrating and I'm celebrating. You understand?
I
You out
know.
there and I'm celebrating. I'm like, oh, oh, get it.
Whatever.
Get,
You
get it.
gotta learn to dance that because you have no rhythm. None. You just offbeat.
Ah, that's a true statement right there. But it don't stop me though. You see what I'm saying? It don't stop me. You know,
You'll learn one day. Don't worry. I got you.
I'm not. I'm not. The one that's cool. I'm not no wallflower. I get out there and I don't care. You understand?
I
I
know you're
mean,
gonna do whatever you think you can do, and you got it.
that's it.
That's
That's
what's up.
I got it. Hey, they're gonna be out there trying to look cool, holding up the wall and all that. I don't care. It does not matter. Okay. I hear what I hear in my head. It just don't translate to my movements. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
That's what I'm telling you. What?
She spilled it
So where is it?
in the hallway.
Okay. Next time I'm gonna go in a closet where nobody knows where I'm at.
Impossible. They will find the closet. You
Or
understand?
maybe if I had a car, I would go in my car and hide like you did.
Hey, if my sons wanted to come out here right now and jump on the windshield and be like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, I did the Daddy, Daddy, what the Daddy, the
Yeah,
Daddy,
of
Daddy,"
course.
they would do it. It wouldn't matter. So it's all good. It is all good. So I know you don't like to. People don't like to put dates on stuff that's coming that ain't done yet. You know, but is it a way for you could kind of forecast when the next book will be out?
Oh, I'm doing it in March, right in time for Women's International Month.
Okay.
So March 20, well, if God spare my life, March 2021, I'm going to do that. But the reason why I'm doing them randomly, because people only focus on domestic violence in October.
Right.
And domestic violence is 365 days a year. It's constantly happening, not just October.
Right.
Um, April is sexual abuse awareness month, and that's the only time people talk about it.
Mm.
So again, I'm not releasing anything in April. I'm gonna let them do that. Then I'm gonna come up probably like in May or June. But August, when I turn 49, if God give me that chance, I'm releasing my last book. It's already written. I'm just taking it easy, doing the
Right.
fine prints and. But for me to sit here for 2020 and write 4 books, come on, that's a blessing. So
Right.
it's amazing.
I'm excited. Okay. 2021 is our year. Okay.
You know
That's
it.
our year. We in this thing. Okay. So final thoughts as we wrap. What you want to say to the family out there, to the people out there, especially this time of the year. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
uh, for some people, 2020 been very trying. You know, and we going into the holiday season. One just down and two more to go. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
What kind of words of wisdom, what kind of words of encouragement you got for the fam out there?
2020 has been really rough. I don't use the word funny. It's so strange. The beginning of the year, well, last year and the beginning of this year, I had 3 jobs. And my last job, 20 of my coworkers passed away. So 20 coworkers passed away in 2020. And on the 20th was our 20th coworker. And it just goes to show, like, this bickering, this hate, and this negative that we got going on, you got to get it together. Because at any given time, you are not promised to wake up. So if you have a grudge with anybody, you better just forgive. Because if God takes you tomorrow, if they take that person tomorrow, you won't have a chance. That, like, learn to love each other. It's just too much hate. Again, everybody needs to know their worth. Don't ever give up. Do what you have to do. Even if you got to do it by yourself, just do it. Your storms take you straight into your destiny. So don't stop because you're going through a storm. It's supposed to happen. We have storms all the time. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to snow. That's part of life. Don't ever give up. And my favorite thing, I think it's in Philippians, don't ever say what you can or what you can't do, when the Bible clearly says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So don't say you can't write a book or you can't leave that relationship. You could if you want to. I did. And we as women, we get horny. We want to be with somebody. But at the end of the day, sleeping in your bed at night, peaceful, no stress, nobody yelling, cussing, screaming, they want to kill you. It's just priceless. So 2020, it may start off bad, but trust me, it ain't over yet. You just never know when things can turn around. And I know God's about to turn around for me. I know that for a fact. I have a good feeling he is. So that's basically all I can say. My book, Stop, is available. Just type in Stop, Colleen Williams. And that's all I can say. And just look out. Know Your Worth 868 Instagram. Empress Colleen Instagram. Author Colleen Williams Instagram. And don't do Facebook. It's too much for me. It's just too much drama over there. I don't know. But other than that, I'm good.
Definitely appreciate you coming through this spotlight and putting the spotlight on a much needed breakdown in our communities and our families, amongst our loved ones, a point of contention that needs more attention. So the Empress made it plain for us. Definitely appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. I need to know some of the people that read that book. You see what I'm saying? We can get some of them together. We can come back on. We could do some book giveaways. You know what I'm saying? Identify some people, put it together. You know what I'm saying? Get this word out. Okay.
Right. But that part that you said is what I needed. And when people read my book, all I'm asking for, just leave a review.
Right.
Out of all the books I sold, I only got like 6 reviews. So it's like, I wanted to do a giveaway, but how? Like, nobody listens or nobody supports. So we're going to do it next year. We're going to definitely get together and we're going to do a nice collab next year.
Most that. Okay. So we got this on deck.
Fam. We got this on deck, yo. I'm trying to be like you. You're just so, Yeah, we got it, yo.
We got this. So we out for now, y'all. Understand?
Yo, we out. Thank you, Mr. Knowledge, Mr. Allah, for having me. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Empress. No stress. Peace.
You know it. Later. Thank you.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that. No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.